Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This will be the day trading psychology series, and usually I plan to record my raw thoughts about what I've gathered from day trading psychology knowledge. And in this video I would like to talk about the resemblance of psychology, importance of psychology in day trading, with importance of psychology in pro athlete mentality and in general, like the sports on highest levels. And I'll probably talk about basketball and tennis. So why does day trading psychology resemble uh, tennis psychology or high performance sports psychology? Well, at the core of it, they both have the same thing, which is constant losing and constant failing. And this is where uh, only the best uh, athletes can adapt psychologically to make it work. And actually, if you listen to Mark Douglas videos, so for those of you who do not know, Mark Douglas is one of the most popular authors when it comes to day trading psychology, and there was a show that he was a part of, and there he was explaining like that even on a college level or high school level, there could be a basketball player, and they can on during training session they can hit 100 out of 100 free throws, but when it comes to actually hitting the two winning shots, if it's the last minute, last second, and everything is on the line, the championship is on the line, there's a high likelihood they will miss. And it's the same exact thing. The movement is the same, the basketball is the same, the rim is the same, everything is the same except the psychological state. And that is why you have some people who are pretty good technically and probably on trainings as well, but when it comes to big time moments and big games, they just choke. And the reason is that either they're afraid of failure, or they are afraid of success, they are afraid of something. But in general, something is wrong, because if under normal circumstances you can have a rate of 90% um, hitting three throws, for example, and then when there's a game on the line, you are one out of four or something like that. And the difference comes from psychology, for sure. The difference in those stats, it comes from psychology. And one more good example, I think, is when I think it was Roger Federer, and there was a speech he did during his retirement or something along those lines. But in essence, what he said is that he is one of the most successful tennis players ever in terms of titles, in terms of winning everything. And what he said really resonates well with me, because I'm in day trading business, so to speak. So what he said is that even though his win rate in terms of matches is something relatively high, because in order to win a lot of tournaments, you obviously have to win a lot of games compared to games that you lose. But when it comes to point by point, his accuracy or his win rate of points is just a bit above 50%. I think it's like 55%. And it's the same thing in trading. You can be a profitable trader, you can be an immensely profitable day trader with 51 accuracy, 51% accuracy, or it can be even smaller than that if your winners are much higher than your losers. But that's uh, that's a topic for another video. The point being is, you don't need to be right all the time, but when you do fail, when you're not right, it is immensely important that you can just brush it off. And there you go. That's the main thing. So if you look at any of the most successful athletes like Kobe Bryant in basketball, or uh, Cristiano Ronaldo in football, or soccer for US people, so they all have the very similar trait, and that is whenever there's a missed shot, whenever there's a missed pass, whenever there's something wrong that happened, a goal that could have saved the team from uh, getting out of championship playoffs or whatever. Every single time they see that failure as a learning and nothing more. And furthermore, if there's a game going on, they will not, linger on that missed shot, on that missed free throw, on missed pass, on something bad that they've done. They just need to brush it off, and they do that. They just brush it off, and they remember their core training, their principles. When they train, the hard work that they put in, they get that confidence in themselves and just proceed further. And is it usually it is as though if nothing had happened, nothing bad had happened, even though they missed something really big. And it is the same in trading. If you linger too much on a losing trade, it will affect the way you do things later. And you can see those examples in sports as well, because when they say for somebody that it's just not their day, it's just not their game. Well, I don't know, but pro athletes, the ones that are on top of the world, they just do not have those bad days. Or even if they have bad days, it is rarely due to psychological issues. It is usually for some other reason. And in trading, you can apply precisely the same principle. You have to brush off every loss because those wins will come. Now, this all stands true only if you had put in a lot of work underneath, right? You have to put in a lot of work to get that confidence to know that it is okay to lose, it is okay to fail, as long as you have that knowledge and the time that you put in and you're confident that you will be able to get out of it. And this is why all those top players are actually working really, really hard. Even though they are on the top level, they work more than anybody else. That's usually the case. And it should not be any different in day trading. There's no reason for you to think that it will be different in day trading. You do some work, a year passes or 2 years pass, and you get to a certain profitability, and from then on it's cake. No, it's not. You have to work perhaps even harder. And that's just how it goes in sports, in day trading, or any performance based area, let's say. Okay, so that was it. If I were to conclude this video, again, it would be you have to put in a lot of work to get the confidence so that when you fail, you know that you will be able to come back and to recover. And any of those failures, you need to absolutely brush it off. Essentially, forget that it happened. Now, that does not mean that you should put stuff under the rug, but you should not linger on it. Of course, after all this pass, after day trading session is gone, after the game is over, you should actually get in, look at the videos, look at the recordings, and see what may have been wrong and take learnings out of that. But when the game is going and when the day trading session is ongoing, there's nothing else but the upcoming trade, but the upcoming play, the upcoming move, upcoming shot, serve, whatever it is. You just put pure focus on that thing only. And there's nothing else that exists. Right? And there will be some periods of sort of a window where you can, even during the game, think about the errors that you've made if you think that changing them and correcting them would help you in that very game. But again, don't linger on it. Same goes for day trading. You saw that a certain type of stock is not sitting well with you today. Well, you can acknowledge that, but you should not linger on it and, blame whatever you will blame. You just say, okay, let me step back from it. Let's focus on what's next. Let's see what might be the next trade that I may be getting at. All right? And it's the same thing. Every point in tennis match, there's a whole lot of points during the tennis match, and again, you don't have to win 80% to win the match. You will basically lose half the points, but you have to brush them off, and you have to, just say, okay, that is over. What's next? What's this next play that I'm doing? Right? Okay, so that was all I wanted to share during this video. Let me know what you think about these raw thoughts video. These videos are not scripted and they just come from my experience, and hopefully they will bring some value to you, and stay tuned for more.